Have you ever had the feeling that you've lived before? That moment when something so familiar happens and you can't shake the feeling that you've experienced it in a past life. You know the feeling when you step into a room, meet someone new, or see something for the first time and it feels so familiar, like you've been there before. Maybe it's a specific street, a song, or a person, but you know deep down in your soul it's not your first time encountering them. You've been here, you've done this before. It's not just a coincidence, it's a powerful feeling called déjà vu. But what if I told you this wasn't just a random memory or a glitch in your brain? What if this feeling is actually one of the strongest signs that you've lived before? That's right, déjà vu isn't just a fleeting sensation, it's a spiritual experience that can reveal the true nature of your soul's journey. Welcome to today's exploration, how to know how many lives you've lived on Earth. Signs to look out for. Over the next few minutes, we're going to unravel the mysteries of the soul and what happens when we look closely at the signs that guide us. We'll uncover how the deep spiritual experiences you've had may actually be the echo of lives lived before. And let me tell you this, you might be closer to understanding the truth of your past lives than you think. Let's start with the first sign, something that many of us experience but never stop to question. I'm talking about déjà vu. Now, we've all had those strange moments where we feel like we've been in the same situation, seen the same person, or walked the same street at least once before. We try to brush it off as just some odd quirk of the brain, but in truth, it's so much more than that. The feeling of déjà vu is like an ancient whisper from your soul, a message from the past that reminds you of a time, a place, or a person you've encountered before in a different life. When you experience déjà vu, your soul might be trying to tell you something. It's a sign that your soul has lived before, and it remembers these moments even if your conscious mind doesn't. Your soul has walked that street in another lifetime. It has had those exact conversations. It has felt those exact emotions before. And while you might not consciously recall those past events, they are deeply embedded in your spirit, waiting for the right moment to resurface. Now, let's take a deeper look at this. Imagine this, you're walking down a street for the very first time and suddenly the hairs on the back of your neck stand up. Everything feels familiar, too familiar. The buildings, the sounds, even the people you pass. You stop and think, wait a minute, I've been here before, but you know you haven't. In fact, you've never even been to this city, let alone this street. So what's going on? This is what some spiritual traditions call a memory from a past life. Your soul holds on to these experiences from past lives, and sometimes it brings them to the surface in the form of déjà vu, to remind you that you've walked this path before. It's not just the street or the place that feels familiar, it's the people, the situations, even the emotions you're feeling. Maybe you meet a person and within moments of speaking you feel this intense connection as though you've known them for years even though you just met them for the first time. This too could be another sign. Your soul has crossed paths with theirs before, perhaps in another lifetime, and that bond is still alive within you, echoing through time. So why does this happen? What's the purpose of déjà vu in the grand scheme of our spiritual awakening? The answer lies in the concept of soul memory. Ancient wisdom suggests that we carry the imprints of our past lives with us. These aren't just physical memories or events, they're encoded within our soul, shaping who we are today. The experiences we had in our past lifetimes form the foundation of who we've become. Every lifetime leaves a mark on our soul, a spiritual fingerprint that defines our growth and evolution. In moments of déjà vu, these soul memories break through the veil of time, offering us a glimpse of our past selves. They act as a reminder that life is cyclical, that we are part of an ongoing journey, and that our souls are constantly evolving. Each life we live shapes the next, and the feeling of déjà vu is simply the soul's way of telling us, I've been here before, and I'm back to continue my work. And here's the thing about déjà vu, it's not just a random moment of familiarity, it's a doorway. It's a signal that your soul is awakening, that you are beginning to tap into something greater than the physical reality around you. When you feel this familiar connection to something or someone, know that it's not a mere coincidence. It's your soul's whisper telling you that there's more to this life than meets the eye, that you've lived before and you will live again. But right now, in this moment, you are here to remember, to awaken. So the next time you experience déjà vu, take a moment to stop, breathe, and acknowledge it. It's a sacred moment, a glimpse into the profound journey your soul has already traveled. But don't just stop there, embrace it. Dive deeper. Let it inspire you to uncover the layers of your soul's past and to discover the deeper truths hidden within your being. Now let's move on to the second sign. The feeling you get when you meet someone new, but it feels like you've known them for a lifetime. Have you ever met someone, and instantly, it feels like you've known them forever? It's as though there's a deep, soul-level recognition. You haven't spent years with this person, and yet you instantly trust them, connect with them, or even feel like you're already friends. It's almost like the bond you share is timeless, beyond the ordinary span of this lifetime. This is a sign that many people experience, and just like déjà vu, it's not a coincidence. What if I told you that meeting certain people is a part of your soul's journey, a connection that transcends this lifetime and reaches into past lives? Let me explain why this happens, and why it's such a powerful indication that your soul has lived before. When you meet someone, and it feels like there's an instant, unexplainable connection, it's likely a sign that your souls have crossed paths before. In many spiritual teachings, it's believed that our souls are interconnected, that we travel through many lifetimes in search of spiritual growth. Some of these connections are meant to help us grow in this life, while others are simply meant to remind us of something deeper within ourselves. And this, my friends, is where the magic happens. Think about it. We all have relationships that leave a deep impact on us, whether it's a friendship, a romantic bond, or even an acquaintance that changes our perspective. But when you meet someone and feel an immediate, profound bond with them, it often points to something much more significant, a connection that goes beyond time and space. It's as if your soul recognizes theirs, remembering moments shared in previous lifetimes. There's a deep sense of familiarity, an almost eerie knowing that tells you, I've been with you before. It's not just about your current life circumstances, it's a recognition from the very depths of your being that this person has been a part of your past. Your soul carries memories of this person, and sometimes those memories come rushing back when you meet them again. Now, some people call these types of encounters soulmates, but not in the conventional sense that we often think of. Soulmates aren't always romantic partners. They can be friends, family, or even strangers who enter your life at pivotal moments, making a lasting impression. But what if the soul's journey isn't just about one lifetime? What if the connections we make aren't simply tied to our current incarnation? The truth is, when we meet someone and experience this profound sense of familiarity, it might be the result of a soul connection that has spanned lifetimes. The connection could have been formed in ancient Egypt, the distant past of Rome, or even during the height of the Silk Road in Asia. Wherever it was, your soul and theirs shared experiences, and now in this lifetime you've met again. This doesn't mean that every person you meet is someone you've known in a past life, but when you do feel that pull, when your heart and soul just know that this person has been in your life before, it's a powerful sign that your soul's journey is far from linear. It's a series of interconnected moments, meeting with the same souls again and again through different lifetimes until you both evolve and awaken to a higher purpose. And what's even more incredible is that, in many cases, these connections serve a higher purpose for your spiritual growth. You might meet someone and feel like they're your soulmate, but not in the sense that you were destined to be romantically involved. Perhaps this person is meant to challenge you, to help you grow, to teach you something about yourself, or maybe even help you resolve unfinished business from a previous life. These encounters are catalysts for your evolution, reminders that your soul has lived before and that your journey continues beyond this lifetime. And it's not just about the connection you feel with others, it's about the deeper spiritual growth that happens when we meet these people. These encounters trigger an awakening within us, whether we realize it or not. Take a moment and think about the people who have had a deep impact on you. You may not have known them for long, but the way they changed you, whether through a conversation, a piece of advice, or simply by being in your life at the right moment, shows that there's more at play here than just the ordinary flow of time. It's as if you've known them for lifetimes, even if you just met them last week. So when you meet someone new, and it feels like you've known them forever, take a moment to reflect. Your soul is speaking to you. It's reminding you of the people who have walked with you through your many lives. Perhaps this encounter is exactly what you need for your spiritual growth. Perhaps this person is part of your soul's path, and this connection was meant to guide you to the next phase of your awakening. When you meet someone and feel that deep recognition, don't brush it off as mere coincidence. It's a sign, a powerful spiritual sign that your soul has traveled many roads, crossed many paths, and is continuing its journey of evolution. This is one of the most beautiful and profound gifts that life offers us, the ability to reconnect with those we have known before in a way that transcends time and space. And the best part, these encounters aren't random. They're carefully orchestrated by the universe, guiding you towards the people, experiences, and lessons you need to continue your soul's evolution. So when you experience that feeling of recognition, embrace it. You're not just meeting someone new, you're reconnecting with a part of your soul's history, and that's a sign that you're on the right path, wherever that path may lead. Now let's move on to a sign that's not always easy to talk about, but one that many of us experience at some point in our lives: irrational, unexplained fears or phobias. You know the ones I'm talking about, the kind of fear that grips you deeply, even though there's no logical reason for it. Maybe you're terrified of water, yet you've never had a traumatic experience involving water. Or perhaps you have an intense, paralyzing fear of heights, even though you've never fallen from a great height in this lifetime. Have you ever experienced this kind of fear, the kind that seems to come from nowhere, that overwhelms your mind and body, and leaves you feeling powerless to explain it? Well, this deep, irrational fear might actually be a sign from your soul. It could be a lingering echo from a past life, something that happened to you long ago but still lingers in your energy, in your soul's memory, waiting to be understood. These irrational fears, these phobias, are not just random. They don't arise from nowhere. In many cases, they are linked to traumatic events you experienced in a past life. Events that left such a deep imprint on your soul that they've carried over into this one. Let me give you an example. Imagine you have an inexplicable fear of water. Every time you're near the ocean or even just a deep pool, you start to panic, even though you've never had an accident or drowning experience in this life. Now consider this: in a past life you may have drowned, been caught in a shipwreck, or experienced some other traumatic event involving water. Your soul holds on to that fear, even though your conscious mind has no memory of it. And when you find yourself near water in this life, your soul recalls that old fear, causing your body to react as if it's still happening. It's like your soul is trying to tell you, I remember this. This fear is a part of me, even though it belongs to a different time. Now the key here is understanding that these fears are not meant to control you. They're simply messages from your soul, reminding you of something that needs to be healed or understood. The trauma, the fear, the unresolved pain from past lives, these are all part of your soul's journey. They've carried over, waiting for you to face them so you can heal and evolve. This isn't something to be afraid of, rather it's an invitation to explore the deeper layers of your soul, to acknowledge the fears that may be holding you back, and to begin healing them. Once you identify the source of that fear, once you begin to understand its origins in your past lives, you can start to release it. And when you do, you'll feel a sense of liberation unlike anything you've experienced before. Think about this for a moment. What if the fear you're experiencing right now isn't just about this life? What if it's a warning from your soul, trying to tell you that you've experienced something painful in the past and that now is the time to confront it? When you can understand that these fears are linked to past life experiences, they begin to lose their power over you. They stop being just irrational, and instead they become invitations for deep spiritual healing. This is one of the gifts that past life awareness can offer you, the chance to understand why you have certain fears, phobias, or anxieties in this lifetime. They are not random, they are the remnants of your soul's journey through time. And when you recognize them for what they truly are, echoes from the past, you can start to take control. You can start to heal. And here's the exciting part. When you start healing these fears, when you face them head on rather than letting them control you, you not only release the grip they have on you in this life, but you also stop carrying them into your future lives. It's like cutting ties with an old wound, one that's been holding you back for far too long. And when you heal these fears, you unlock a level of spiritual freedom and peace that brings you closer to your true self. Perhaps you've been trying to avoid facing your fear. Maybe you've been hoping that it would go away on its own. But here's the truth. The more you try to suppress it, the more power it gains over you. Only by confronting it, by acknowledging its source in your past lives, can you truly set yourself free. So if you're struggling with an irrational fear or phobia, it's time to ask yourself, could this fear be tied to something from a past life? Could this be my soul's way of telling me that there's something unresolved, something I need to heal? Don't be afraid to explore the origins of your fears. The process of healing begins when you open your mind to the possibility that these emotions are rooted in past experiences that are waiting for you to understand and release. And when you do, you'll find that the fear no longer holds you back. It loses its power, and you take your first step towards spiritual freedom. Now let's dive into the fourth sign that you've lived before. This one is powerful yet subtle, a deep, inexplicable attraction to certain places or cultures. Have you ever traveled to a city or country for the first time and felt like you belonged there, like it was home even though you've never been there before in this life? Maybe you felt a pull toward a specific culture, language, or way of life that seems to resonate with you on a deep level. There's something in you that feels familiar with that place, even if you've never set foot there. The connection feels deeper than just a passing interest. It feels almost like a part of your soul is calling you back to that place, like you've spent another lifetime there. And let me tell you, this is no accident. The places you feel deeply drawn to may very well be the locations where your soul has lived in a past life. When you feel inexplicably drawn to certain places, it's a sign that your soul has traveled there before. Perhaps you've walked the streets of Paris in a past life, or spent time in the mountains of Tibet, or lived in ancient Egypt walking among the Great Pyramids. There's an ancient wisdom within your soul, a memory that resides deep in your being, waiting to be awakened. And when you visit those places, it's like flipping through the pages of a forgotten journal where you catch glimpses of your past self your soul remembers. Take a moment and think about it. What places have you felt an intense, almost magnetic pull toward? It could be a small village on the edge of the world, an ancient city, or even a remote corner of the earth that calls to you. These aren't just random locations, they're places that hold significance for your soul, places where you've lived, loved, or learned in previous lifetimes. And the deeper the pull, the more likely it is that this location has shaped your soul's journey in profound ways. And it's not just about visiting these places, it's about the feeling that accompanies the visit. When you arrive in these locations, you might feel a sense of peace or exhilaration, like you've finally returned to a place you've longed for. Or perhaps you feel an intense sense of nostalgia, as though you're reconnecting with something that's been lost, something that has always been a part of you. These feelings aren't just fleeting emotions, they're your soul awakening to the memories of past lives where these places were once home. And it's not just physical places either. Sometimes the draw can be to certain cultures. You might find yourself deeply fascinated by the traditions, food, music, or spirituality of a culture, and yet you have no personal connection to it in this life. Why? Because your soul has likely lived among those people, embraced their way of life, and perhaps even contributed to the development of that culture in another time. Maybe you're drawn to the mysticism of India, the art and philosophy of ancient Greece, or the spiritual practices of the Native American tribes. Whatever the culture, it feels like a part of your soul belongs to it. And this attraction can't be explained away by logic or reason. It's a deep, intrinsic feeling that transcends your current life experiences. This phenomenon isn't limited to travelers. It can also manifest in other ways. Perhaps you've spent hours reading about a certain place or culture, and when you finally visit, you're amazed at how much you already know. It's as if the place and its history were embedded in your very being, as though your soul has walked these lands before and is now remembering what it learned there. But why does this happen? Why does your soul feel so strongly connected to certain places and cultures? The answer lies in the idea that our souls are constantly evolving, constantly learning and growing. In each lifetime we have different experiences, different lessons, and different relationships. Sometimes the lessons we've learned in a past life are tied to a specific place or people, whether through love, loss, or spiritual practice, and these places leave a deep imprint on our souls. When you feel that powerful pull to a location or culture, it's like your soul is telling you, I remember this. It's inviting you to rediscover the wisdom, the love, and the lessons that once shaped you. It's a part of your soul's journey, one that has traveled across time and space, and now, in this lifetime, you're being called back to those places to reconnect with the wisdom that's waiting for you there. Now here's the beauty of it. When you answer this call, when you allow yourself to be drawn to these places, you are not just traveling through the physical world, you are reconnecting with your soul's history. You're reawakening a part of yourself that has been dormant, waiting for you to rediscover it. And as you explore these places, you gain a deeper understanding of your spiritual path, your soul's purpose, and the lessons that you've carried with you through multiple lifetimes. So the next time you feel drawn to a particular place or culture, pay attention, let it guide you, let it lead you to the wisdom that lies hidden within. Don't dismiss it as a random attraction. This is your soul whispering, reminding you of the places where you have lived, the lessons you've learned, and the connections you've made. These are not mere coincidences. They are sacred invitations to continue your soul's journey and to unlock the next chapter of your awakening. Now let's dive into the fifth sign, unexplained talents or skills. You know that feeling when you try something for the first time and it seems like you've been doing it your entire life. It could be something like playing a musical instrument, painting, or even mastering a foreign language, all with minimal effort and without formal training. There's something inexplicable about it, like you've tapped into a well of knowledge, a talent that you've always had within you but didn't know how to access until now. You see, some of us are born with gifts, with an innate talent that seems to appear out of nowhere. But what if I told you that these talents might not be from this lifetime? What if these skills, these hidden abilities have been passed down from your past lives? What if they've been waiting to resurface, ready to reveal themselves when the time is right? In this part of our journey, I'm going to show you how these unexplained talents may actually be echoes of your soul's experiences from previous lifetimes, carrying forward the wisdom and skills you've honed across time. Think about it. Have you ever tried something, whether it's art, music, or a new language, and felt an overwhelming sense of ease? You might have felt like you were simply picking up where you left off, almost as if you had already spent lifetimes perfecting this craft. There's a certain flow, a deep understanding, as if the skill is locked within your soul, just waiting for the right moment to express itself. In many spiritual teachings, it's believed that our souls are not confined to just one lifetime. Instead, we travel through many lifetimes, gathering knowledge, experience, and wisdom along the way. And sometimes, that wisdom comes in the form of talents or skills that transcend time. Your soul has learned and developed these abilities over the centuries, honing them in each life you lived. When the conditions are right in this lifetime, these skills emerge almost as if they've always been there, buried beneath the surface, waiting for the right time to be expressed. Maybe you've had this experience yourself, trying something new and almost instantly you're incredibly good at it. It's not because you've put in years of practice or training, it's because your soul remembers how to do it. It remembers how to paint, how to play an instrument, how to write, or how to create in ways that feel effortless. These talents aren't just random, they're part of your soul's journey. They are the seeds of your past lives, now sprouting in the present to help guide you on your spiritual path. But why does this happen? Why does your soul carry these abilities forward? And why do they emerge at certain moments in your life? The answer is simple. These skills are part of your soul's purpose. Each talent, each gift that reappears, serves to move you closer to fulfilling your higher calling. They're not just random hobbies or abilities, they are the threads that tie you back to your purpose, to the lessons you've learned in the past, and to the wisdom you've gathered. Think of it like this: when you tap into a talent you've never had training in, you're unlocking a piece of yourself that has always been there, hidden in your soul's memory. You're connecting with your past self, with all the lives you've lived before, and bringing those experiences into the present moment. It's as though your soul has a toolkit full of wisdom, just waiting for you to pick up the right tool at the right time. And when that tool is needed, your soul pulls it out, helping you grow, evolve, and move closer to your true essence. So how do you harness this power, this flood of unexplained talent? The first step is to be open to it. Don't brush off the things that come easily to you. Embrace them, explore them. These abilities are not accidents, they are part of your soul's roadmap. They are signals from your past, showing you where you've been and where you are meant to go. When you open yourself to these talents, you allow your soul to express itself fully, and you align yourself with your higher purpose. Start by paying attention to the things that feel effortless to you. What activities or tasks have you always felt naturally inclined toward? What are the things that you can do without effort, as if it's second nature? These aren't just skills, they're a part of your spiritual DNA, reminding you that you are not limited to this lifetime. You are a being of infinite potential, carrying the wisdom of many lifetimes, waiting to be expressed through the work you do, the art you create, and the relationships you nurture. As we come to the end of today's journey, I want to leave you with this thought. Your soul is not just a product of this lifetime. It has walked the earth for ages, carrying with it the wisdom, the lessons, and yes, the talents of all the lives you've lived before. The signs we've uncovered together, the déjà vu, the deep soul connections with others, the unexplained fears, the attraction to certain places and cultures, and these hidden talents are all pieces of a puzzle that reveal the true nature of who you are. These aren't random experiences, they are the echoes of past lives nudging you to awaken to your greater purpose. Now, I want you to take a moment to reflect. How many of these signs have you experienced? How many times have you felt that familiar pull, that deep knowing that your soul has been here before? These signs are not just markers, they are invitations, calls to action for you to begin understanding the depth of your soul's journey and to start embracing your full potential. If this resonates with you and you're ready to dive deeper into understanding your soul's path, then don't forget to hit that subscribe button, turn on your notifications, and share this video with someone who may be ready to open their eyes to their own spiritual awakening. Remember, you are more than just your current life. You are the culmination of many lifetimes, and this journey is just one part of the grand story of your soul. So thank you for joining me today. Keep exploring, keep awakening, and remember, your soul's journey is just beginning. Leave a comment below sharing any experiences you've had that resonate with the signs we've talked about today. And if you feel ready to dive deeper into your soul's past, subscribe for more content on awakening, healing, and spiritual evolution. The universe is calling you to remember who you truly are. Let's uncover that together.